You either win with us or you watch us win.
Hello.
Hey, Stephanie, how's it going?
All right.
All right. So, I gave you a little project to work on, right?
Yes.
And so I said like, hey, let's talk about it on the live stream, so you can like walk us through some of the stuff that you did. But before we do that, right, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions so they can know, like you're just not like a AI bot that I created, and I'm talking to an AI bot, right? So let me see.
Yep.
Right. So how did we meet?
Yeah. So I had actually reached out to you on Reddit. I was really struggling to get any interviews at all. I had submitted several applications, and I knew it was my resume. So I was looking for just some guidance. And you kindly responded. It took me some courage to finally reach out, but I'm so glad I did. You were like, toss me your resume, I'll take a peek at it. And I think once I got your feedback, my exact words were like, okay, you're awesome, let's do this.
All right. And then from like since we've been working together, right? Is it
Yep.
what you expected, more than you expected, or less than you expected?
It's been incredible. It's been a lot more. I literally have full access to pretty much like what you said earlier, full access to your brain, whether it's you reaching out to me with ideas or me, like I said, in the chat earlier, I had, a couple interviews today, and literally throughout the day, I was reaching out, asking you your thoughts on things as I was kind of gathering ideas to bring up, and you gave me ideas to bring up. And so it's really been incredible.
Right. Last question before we get into your code review, right?
Yep.
What has been the most valuable part of me working with you?
I've noticed a change in myself. I've gotten a lot more confident since you and I started working together. I think it's really been impacting my mindset a lot more than, definitely the technical skills are there. You're helping me with that. But it's been a whole change in my mindset. And again, I have something to show for it. Today was crazy with, talking to, interviews and all of that. So.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. And I love working with you.
Ditto.
All right. So let's get to work, right? So enough sentimental stuff. Let's get to work, right?
You either win with us or you watch us win.
Look at you, stuck in the web of procrastination and lacking discipline. It's time to admit that you've been avoiding responsibilities and it's holding you back. Stop sugarcoating your failures with these flimsy excuses. You know very well that laziness and distractions have been ruling your life. You've become complacent with mediocrity, choosing comfort over growth. Well, guess what? Real change demands discomfort, and you must embrace it. Recognize your lack of discipline has cost you precious opportunities. The time wasted cannot be recovered, but you can make amends starting right now. Deep down, you know you have untapped potential. It's time to unleash it and stop hiding behind your procrastination as an excuse. Procrastination is often the result of fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. It's time to confront these fears and break free. Sure, discipline might seem like a foreign concept to you right now, but it takes time to face the music and make discipline your new best friend. You've been avoiding accountability, but it's time to take responsibility for your actions. Hold yourself accountable for your progress, or the lack thereof. Feel the weight of regret for all the time wasted and opportunities missed. Let it fuel your determination to change and make the most of every moment moving forward. Change won't happen overnight, and it won't be easy, but you're not looking for easy. You are looking for growth. Embrace the process, and you'll come out stronger. Oh, look at you, drowning in the sea of indecision and inaction. Your inability to make choices or stick to a plan is pathetic. Stop trying to cover up your laziness with those pathetic excuses. Nobody buys them, not even yourself. Just think about all the potential you've wasted by wallowing in your lack of discipline. It's truly, truly sickening. You're nothing more than a slave to comfort and instant gratification. You can't even withstand the slightest bit of discomfort to achieve your goals. Your willpower is laughable, and your mind is even weaker. It's time to toughen up, Buttercup, and take control. While you're busy procrastinating, the world just keeps moving forward. Your lack of discipline is causing you to fall way behind. You've become a master of self-sabotage, always finding ways to hinder your progress. It's time to break free from this vicious cycle. Congratulations, you've built a cozy nest in the land of mediocrity. How does it feel to be just average? Or maybe below average? Way below average. You don't need coddling. You need a reality check. Stop babying yourself and face the truth. You are weak. Enough is enough. Rise from the ashes of your weaknesses and become the disciplined, proactive force you know that you can be. Or don't. And stay exactly as you are.
Shoot, mate. What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
It's time!
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. I see my friends are already in the chat saying hi to one another. Well, it's already a good day for me once I have my friends, my tech barbarians, my bag chaser brothers and sisters in the chat on the stream. I'm on cloud nine. All right. So let's get into our agenda, and then I will say hi to all my buddies and we'll take off from there. All right. So first and foremost, as always, I want to welcome you to the software explorations. Today, we are moving into Terraform, into our DevOps series, right? Because although me in particular, might be a QA engineer, I explore everything, because the more that you know, the more powerful, the more deadly you become. All right, and we are always looking to be assassins, killers, ninjas, whatever it is. Right. All right. So the agenda. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to the newest subscribers, as always.
I appreciate you.
And shout out to everyone. Salute to the tech barbarians and salute to the bag chasers who were on the unspoken of live stream yesterday, where we are doing some extra work. All right, some extra work, but that is not for the general public. All right, so if you want to be a part of that, either become a tech barbarian or become a bag chaser. All right, so now let's move on to our live show schedule. Today is Sunday, September 10th, 2023. And that means we are doing software explorations. Like I mentioned earlier, we are going to get into Terraform for our DevOps, because we are coming for everything, right? We're not going to just say, oh, I'm a manual tester and I'm just going to stick to manual testing. And hopefully, you guys, hopefully the tech barbarians don't come and take our jobs, One thing I do not live off is I do not live off hope. We are always adjusting. We are always pivoting. We are always winning. All right. So that being said, Sunday afternoons, software explorations, Tuesday nights, Q&A sessions. Join us. So we answer your questions. We source questions from around the web and we answer those questions that you didn't even know that you had. All right. So join us on Tuesday nights, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Q&A sessions. And then we have our Thursday nights, which is also software explorations, where we right now we're doing like QA type stuff. We are going to I might pivot into a little challenge like that someone emailed me with and try to see what we can do with that. Or we'll see. We will see it once I post the thumbnail. You will know exactly what we're going to be doing. All right. So that is Sunday afternoon, software explorations. Right now, DevOps. Tuesday nights, Q&A session, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Thursday nights, software explorations, continuing a bit more with QA. All right. Then we have our pre-recorded content. All right. So we have Mondays. All times are 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mondays, we have Candid Conversations. Have they been good the past few weeks or what? You tell me. All right. Mondays, Candid Conversations. Tomorrow's topic, if you've seen the thumbnail already, it's that pesky what if question. That question annoys the hell out of me. All right. But we'll find out more about it. Mondays, Candid Conversations. Tomorrow's topic, what if? Wednesdays, software explorations, concept and overviews, where we create guides, we create, just information like to help you have a more conceptual understanding. And guess what? I don't even use those fancy words that they give you in these certifications that they don't even they're not going to make a difference whether you get the job or not, because If you're using words that even the interviewers don't really understand, that doesn't make you sound any special. We just want practical information, and I provide you practical knowledge, practical information. So and I just made that all of those slides available. I'm going to be posting it in the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon. So any Patreon level member, they will have access to all of those slides that I've been creating. And as I create new slides, I'm going to move it into that folder so you can have access to it right away. All right. So I know somebody got access to it today, and they said, "Oh my God, this is like a gold mine. Like, this is so easy to understand, so easy to study from." So, you've seen them on Wednesdays. You tell me if you'd like a copy of it. If so, join at the lowest tier, right? At the lowest tier of the Patreon, you have access to all of those. You have access to so many resources that I'm going to be providing. So take that into consideration, all right? All right, okay, fine. I'll move on. All right, I'll move on. All right, now on Fridays, we have the Bug Bite. So the Bug Bite is where we discuss, just different issues, incidents, defects, bugs, that various companies have had and how they had an effect on the public. And if you are a fan of Legos, you will find out this coming Friday about the Legos security risk, that API flaw that could have hurt many, many people. Not sure if it actually did, but it had the potential. And, so one more time, Mondays, candid conversations. Wednesdays, software explorations, concept and overviews. And Fridays, my personal favorite, the Bug Bite. And then throughout the week, we have clips from our Q&A show where I cut them up into small, digestible, bite-sized pieces where you can get direct knowledge that you need, and you don't have to go sit through the whole 2.5 hours with me and Don. Although, I have a great time hanging out with Don in those live streams. But if you have things to do, then I understand. All right, I understand. But so that's why I cut it up for you, just so you can get the content in any way possible. I really wish I could do it for the live, for like the software explorations, but that is like too complicated to chop up, and but so you have that, and that's more beneficial to you than anything else you could be doing, right? So sit through it, follow along, and come and win with us, right? Like DJ Khaled said, right?
You either win with us or you watch us win.
Damn right, so, and we are winning. Okay. So lastly, come on, if you haven't done so yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share the video, right? Because I'm sure there's tons of, like, every single day I see, how can I transition into tech? Should I do this boot camp? Should I do this course? Should I go to college? Do I have to go to college? All these questions, right? And I'm here giving you the answer. So, and there's people in the chat right now who are on my team, and they are already, like, within 2 weeks, you can see a big difference, a big shift in what they're learning, in their approach, in their strategy, in their mindset. And that makes me more happy than you can ever imagine. All right. So that being said, we are going to continue. And by the way, before I continue, check out the Patreon, right? Like I just said, so much information going in there. I have videos that it's exclusive to the Patreon, where I am sharing, like the last video that I released, it was me updating my resume based on the same principles that I share with you. Oh, but if you're not in the Patreon, you maybe don't have those principles either. So, check it out. And at all tiers, those videos are available for all tiers, right? So definitely check it out. I guarantee you, it's going to elevate your mindset. It's going to elevate your strategies. It's going to elevate your resume. It's going to elevate your interview skills. All right. So check it out. I'm not going to bring that up again because, hey, if you want to stay exactly where you are, then I am totally fine with that, because my barbarians, they are leveling up and they will come and take everything that you have. All right. So it's not a threat. It's just a promise. All right. So, okay. And now, before we move on, let me address my friends in the chat. Don says, she totally sounds like an AI, but a really, really cool AI. She does sound like an AI, and a very cool one, but nope. Stephanie is a real person that I work with every single day, and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel because we are on our way. And then we have one of my most favorite people in the world, Miss Randy. Welcome to the show. She says, greetings, everyone, and greetings to you, Miss Randy. So happy to have you here. And Stephanie also says, hi, Randy. And you guys are doing amazing, I must say. And so much love. I love it. So much love. All right, enough of that sentimental stuff. We are going to get to work. So this is what we're going to do. Before we even get to work, all right? What we're going to do is...
Please offer me your energy. I ask of you, please.
All right, cool. Got it. We got that energy. All right, so this is what we're going to do, right? The first 30 minutes, I was going to show this little application that we were talking about on Thursday night with the load testing, but I think I'm going to save that for this upcoming Thursday because I didn't get a chance to. We'll see. If we have time, we'll get to that. But I do want to start with the coding challenge, right? 30 minutes time box coding challenge. And we are going to try to figure it out, all right? Because my man Don in the chat, he's been sending me challenges left and right. And I'm like, you know what? We are going to add that to the show. Okay? And we're going to spend the first 30 minutes trying to figure out this coding challenge. And once 30 minutes hits, we stop wherever we get to, and we can pick it up next time, right? So what I think I might end up doing, Sundays, we're going to do the first 30 minutes is going to be coding challenges, right? As long as Don keeps sending them, we'll keep doing them, all right? So shout out to Chaos Camp, all right? Coming soon. Trust me, coming soon. All right. So what we're going to do. All right. So we're going to do the first 30 minutes. We're going to do our code challenge. I'll pull it up on the screen to see what it is. And then once we're done with that 30 minutes, we will jump right over into our Terraform course implementation. What I need to do is share with you which Terraform course I am taking just in case you want to follow along and level up and learn some DevOps, some Terraform, knowing what it is, all that stuff, which we'll get into once we get to that segment, but I'll share the link with you and I'll go into start. I have a list of things that I want to accomplish from the course that I'm taking for it. And then, and then any questions, we're going to work for 20-minute sessions, and then we have our 5 minutes breaks. Any questions that you have, I will answer. If it's Terraform specific related, I might have to tell you, let me get back to you on that because just like you, unless you are a Terraform expert already, I am learning it on my own. But the reason that I like to do these software explorations, especially exploring new software, is because that I want you to see the learning process, and that it's not just, oh, I pick it up and there we go. It's no, we have to take the concepts in, we have to try, and we're going to fail. And then eventually we're going to succeed, which if you want more details on that part, check out the Candid Conversations tomorrow. I promise you it will be worth it. Okay? So let's do it. All right. So I'm going to put the timer up. All right. And I am going to go to, let me see which screen. Okay. I'm going to go to, let's go to this screen. Let's put it here. All right, so we're going to go to 30 minutes up. Before I even start 30 minutes, we are going to look at the challenge. All right, we're going to read through the challenge, and then we're going to start our timer, and we're going to get to work, okay? Uh-oh. Let's give this one. All right, so we are, let me do one last thing and then we're good to go. Okay, perfect. Cool. All right, we are good to go. So I'm going to share the screen and we'll read through the challenge together, see what we have to do. And then we will jump right into it. And that way you'll be able to see how I search for stuff. Like you'll just see how I think, all right? So, which can be kind of scary, can be kind of dangerous, all right? Look at that. Keep them coming, Don. Keep them coming. All right. So we are here and we are going to go to our shared screen. Really, we're going to this screen here. All right. So this is the challenge. All right. So it is an MP3 audio testing challenge. All right. So introduction. Welcome to the MP3 audio testing challenge. In this exercise, we provide you with an MP3 file. Your objective is to extract various audio attributes from this file and assert their accuracy based on the specific specifications. What are you trying to do to me here, Don? Provided. Like you have a 2-syllable followed by a 3-syllable and oh my God. Okay. Well, I got through it, right? Specific specifications provided. Objectives. Your challenge is to extract the following details from the MP3 file: the title, the artist, the album, the genre, the duration, the channels, sample rate, bit rate, RMS value, spectrogram analysis, MD5 checksum, SHA256 checksum. In addition, Don also wants you to provide a DNA sample, your social security number, your passport number. Geez, Don, like all of this? I'm kidding. Okay. All right. So let's see. So he provided us the MP3 file. Never gonna give you up. Okay, I will not sing it. Spectrum reference Rick-roll spectrogram PNG. And specifications. You are expected to ensure that the MP3 file meets the following specifications: title, none; artist, none; album, none; genre, none; duration, channel, all that stuff. All this. Evaluation criteria. And I'm just going to throw this in there while I'm reading this, right? If you want to supercharge your QA testing skills, right? This type of challenge is where you do it. Because as you can notice, there's no talking about Selenium. There's no talking about Selenium. There's no talking about APIs. This is just like straight working on validating an MP3 file, right? Straight validating an MP3 file. So, evaluation criteria: accurate extraction and verification of each MP3 attribute against the specifications provided, the efficiency of the implemented solution, clarity, organization, and documentation of source code, handling potential errors or discrepancies in the MP3 file attribute. Then he gives us some hints. While solutions in programming languages are welcomed, consider using Python with libraries like librosa, pydub, and hashlib if you're familiar with them. Make sure to save the spectrogram image with the specified name and format. It may be useful to wrap your test in a testing framework like PyTest for Python for easy validation repeatability. All right. And then deliverables: a script, program, or toolset written in the language of your choice that extracts and validates the required information from the MP3 file against the provided specification, any accompanying documentation or notes on the implementation, discrepancies if found, and the methodology used. And the conclusion: this challenge is designed to assess your skills in audio processing, data validation, and software testing. Approach it methodically, ensuring every specification is met and validated. Good luck to you. All right, so shout out to the super well documented challenge. All right, this is very cool. So without further ado, I am going to copy this, right? And we are going to clone it to our desktop or to our whatever we call it. So we are here. And all right, so let me do this. What is the best way I want to do this? Okay, so we have this here. Okay, I got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my terminal. And I'm going to do git clone. So make sure you guys are able to see this. Yes, you are. All right, so we got that. Move this to the other side. All right, cool. So I can reference. All right, so we are here in a clone. All right, so now we have it in here and we have our song. Not gonna play it because of YouTube copyright stuff, right? So we are gonna do that, and then we are gonna do. Oh, let me put in my let's start the timer, right? Start the timer. All right, 30 minutes is up. Okay, so I'm gonna open the README file so I can have it as a reference and what we're supposed to do. Let's do it like that. We got our preview, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going, or not a folder, but I'm going to create a. Oh yeah, I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to call it tests. And inside the test, we are going to name that new file, new Python file. And I'm going to call that MP3 audio validation. That's good enough. All right, so now, let me actually do need a browser. Let me minimize this. I'm gonna bring my browser back because I'm gonna have to do some searching, which I want to use. My initial thought is to use ffmpeg to extract it, but Don did suggest some library, so I'm gonna take a read at them first. Just by the name, PyDub seems like it would have something to do with audio, but let's find out. Yep, there you go. Manipulate audio with a simple and easy high-level interface. So let's see. Install it. PyDub lets you do stuff to audio in a way that isn't stupid. Okay, that's a good way to put it. All right, song from Wave from MP3. Or anything else, and slice audio, first 10 seconds, concatenate. Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, you can do a lot with this library actually. I wish I could automate my video editing. Don't think this is the one that we need at this moment. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so oh, look at that. It's using ffmpeg just like I had already thought to do. So playback, you can play audio if you have one of these installed. Root install ffmpeg Linux. All right. So let's keep reading. And trust me, I don't read this fast, but I know how to like when I'm researching how to find certain words that stick out. And I'm like, okay, I need to read this section. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna go to now the browser to see what that one does. All right, so this one might be it. So let's see. The browser is a Python package for music and audio analysis. It provides building blocks necessary to create music information. Okay, so this looks promising. Let's see. Installation. So installation is probably just gonna be a pip install, or I can do it. I'll probably do it through the PyCharm Python packages. But so Conda, that's interesting. I know Conda is used for well, it's used for a lot of stuff, but I know I used it when I was installing Jupyter notebooks for the machine learning course. So Miss Randy, you're going to be seeing Conda very soon if you haven't seen it yet. So, and it's very cool, very cool. Okay, so let's see, feature extraction. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just reading through these libraries so I can find what I need to do. Oh, wow, this does a lot. So estimate tempo beats per minute. Let's see here. Yeah. So just to answer you right now, Stephanie, yes, FFmpeg, it's not specific to any particular language. It pretty much is its own program. It's used for video stuff or for audio stuff. It's just about it's a media tool that runs on the computer. Okay, let's see. All right, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to write out what I'm going to do. Okay, so part of our test. So testing the validation of MP3 audio metadata, right? So first we are going to we're going to run the audio file through an audio analysis package. Then we are going to extract the data into. Let's go with the extract the data. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to put it into a list or what yet, but we're going to do that. And then we are going to say assert the data or validate. Assert the data matches the specifications that are in the requirements. All right. So the requirements, the acceptance criteria. All right. So here we are. And all right. So this is what we're gonna do. Right. High level is what we're gonna do. Let's go. So run the audio file. All right. So we need a we need something that's going to be able to analyze the data. Let's see. So let's go with let me just take a quick more look at this because so probably the spectral feature is what's going to do that spectrogram that's referring to. What I'm looking for is where we're going to get the so there goes duration, load an audio file, okay, stream audio, okay. So, and part of the requirements are to get the duration, right? So we already know that we're going to get we can get the duration with we just saw it here. Get duration. Oops. So let's start because we can pick up on the data as we go through it, right? So let's start. Let's try to get at least one thing going. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go to Python packages and let's install librosa. Install. And while we're at it, let me check if I have FFmpeg installed on my computer. I think I do. Yes, I do. All right, cool. So I already have FFmpeg installed. So if I need it, we shall go to that. All right, so let's go to, we have librosa. So let's try this. So we're going to do import librosa. That's typing it right. Yeah, it is. All right, so let's go to installation of install. Got that. Oh, it's not done yet. All right. Okay, tutorial. Talk about documentation over here, huh? All right, so let's do from trying to make sense of what they're saying here. From librosa import audio import. Oh, okay. So let's try that again. Import librosa. Okay, so here we go. Import librosa, and we're going to say audio information equals librosa dot load, and we're gonna say our never. What's the name of that song? We're gonna go with maybe this one. I'm gonna give you up. And let's see, is there anything? All right, so here we go. File name. Get the file. So import librosa. Get the file path to an included audio sample. Okay, that's fine. Load the audio as a waveform. Store the sampling as SR. Well, why not? So let's say audio information. All right. Let's follow them along a little bit. So let's say this is. So let's say audio file name equals librosa.example, and then should be this one. And then this is going to go here. And then, so now make this bigger. So this doesn't need to be here. And now I'm going to throw this in here, audio file name. And we're going to say, waveform. I like to actually write out my variable names and not give it stuff that I have no idea what it's going to be in the future. So sampling rate equals, okay, so now let's go to run the default beat tracker. So let's try this. Let's try this real quick. Audio duration equals. I'm gonna comment this out for a second, because you got to get familiar with the what you're working with, right? So let's see dot. One second. Thought I saw it in here, but maybe not. Get duration. What does get duration do? So we are going to okay, cool. So let's go back a little bit, and we are going to put this back in, and we're going to say get duration and sampling rate. So what I'm doing right now, I'm looking at the definition of the get duration function to see what I need to pass through it. Compute the duration in seconds of an audio time series featuring matrix or file name. Oh, so I can just put the file name. Okay, let's just put the file name, right? So let's go with audio file name, and comment this out, and let's do print audio duration, and let's use the F string thingy, and we're gonna put this in the curly brackets, and let's see, audio duration. All right, let's go here, and let's run this, see what we come out with. All right, so let's see what this error says. Unknown example key. Unknown example key. Oh, okay, gotcha. So my path is wrong. Wonder if so that's important. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's see what we get. Still saying my path is wrong. So unknown example key. What's wrong with my path? So let's do this. Let's say copy. Not that. So we are going to, I am inside the test folder and this is on one level up. So that should have took it. So I wonder if they're going to, let's try that. So just playing around to see what we can come up with. Okay, so in that case, forget the example key for now, and we're just gonna, because the only thing we want to see it work, and once we see it work, we can know where to go from there. Okay, so let's go with that, and let's try it again and see what we get. Parameter error exception. Okay, so let's look over here. So let's see, loads, file name, it's, oh, look at that, NumPy. I know someone who's using NumPy. Okay. Beat track. Audio. Just want to see one thing work and then we can go from there. So audio. Where did I see that? Display. Let's see here. So compute the duration in seconds of an audio times their file name. They deprecated file name equivalent to path. All right. If provided, all other parameters are ignored and the duration is calculated directly from the audio file. Note this avoids loading the content into memory and therefore useful for querying the duration of long files. As in loads, this can also be an integer or open file handle. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. Path. See what happens with this. Something's got to be wrong with my path. So hold on. See, this is the part that takes the most time, trying to get it to understand where you want it to go. So should have been right here. Okay, so let's see. You know what? Okay, you know what? Hold on 1 second.
Stupid.
So I'm trying to fix it on this line, but the error is actually happening on this line. Let's try this again. So let's do this, right? So let's go here, and let's go here, and let's go here, and let's go there, and didn't make a difference. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment this line out, and we're going to take this and see path equals this. Oops. Try that. See what goes on here. Oh, something's happening. And future pi sound failed. Try audio. Oh, geez, something happened. So no such file. So there's audio duration path. Get duration with audio read. So let me try to fix this again. And let's go here. All right, and that means. All right, so we have one, right? We got the audio duration, which right here, although it's slightly off based on my audio duration versus the audio duration that Don was expecting, but it is what it is, right? So we have one. Now we can see what other data we can get from it. All right, let's see. We got one. Okay, so now while we're here, we are going to say that assert audio duration is, well, we can say it's equal to, let's say what Don's audio duration is. What I'd probably do is put some type of thing to compare, like all to validate all of these things, right? Maybe I don't know. I'm not really sure yet, but I'll do something that makes it easier because I don't want to put hard coded numbers and all of this stuff. But as we are building it out, we are going to go like that. And if we don't finish today, we will definitely finish next week. Okay, so all right. So now let's say expected, what Don said, and then actual. All right, so now we go here, and we were expecting 211, 18, 875. Actually, we're getting this right here. Okay, so we have our very first assertion. That looks weird, but whatever. Let's okay, yeah, there it goes. All right, cool. So we have that. All right, cool. So we have one done. All right. So let's see what else we can take from here, because Don wants us to get the channel. Okay, sample rate. So we have sample rate. So let's go here, and it's gonna do. I'm not familiar with this thing right here. So let's go here. Let's do that one more time. Yeah, so that I'm gonna leave this out. I'm just gonna do it like this, right? Audio file name is let's do it like that. All right. And so here we're here, load that, and then I can just put the path as audio file name, and that should also work. All right. So we run that, see what happens. Something's happening. All right. So that was it. So this was able to go through here. So now we have, so now let's print out our waveform. Oops. And then we will print out our sampling rate. All right, and now we run that so we can see the see them printed, waveform, sample rate. So now why don't we just validate our sample rate also? I do wonder, Don, how come all of your data is different from the data that I'm getting? No, we'll figure that out later. So let's do another assertion. Two 2050, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna say expected 22050 actual, or put the new line actual, and then sampling rate. So if we run it again, so let's hide this, And let's see. What else? Did he want the waveform too while we're here? No, he didn't. Okay, cool. So let's go here. Run it again. Like I always say, like after every like kind of major change that I do, I run it again, run it again, run it again, right? Did my sampling rate pass? I don't believe it. Let's put it again. Because if it failed, it should have showed up over here, but it didn't show up. So it leads me to believe that it passed, although I don't want to believe it because I just saw it differently with my own two eyes. Oh, I take that back, Don. I guess they do match. I apologize. Okay, so we have our sampling rate validated. I'm just gonna move all these little validations to the bottom over here. And then later on, we can just clean it up to make it very presentable. But for the time being, I'm just getting all the data that is being asked for so we can know that it is working. Right now, our audio duration is a bit off, but our sampling rate is golden, right? So let's see, what else can we get from the Librosa before we go somewhere else? Let's search. Let's say channels, maybe? Let's see. In the hot seat. I love it. All right. Let's see what's in multi-channel. So, okay. Let's see. Feature extraction, chroma, spectrogram, tempo, core IO, stream audio and fixed length buffers, load an audio file. Okay, let's see. Music notion, frequency range, samples. I don't think it's the stuff that I need. Let's see, audio loading. What's in audio loading? So we can go here, load, returns, multi-channel is supported, sampling rate. That's what we're looking at. Array, the type, and then the, okay. Oh, okay, so I guess the sampling rate is kind of common. Okay, so as you can tell, I do not know much about audio. Load 5 seconds of a file starting 15 seconds in. Oh, okay, that's cool. Duration 5, okay. Import load using an already open sound file object. Okay. Got it. And what else do we got? To mono, resample, get duration, get sample rate, signal generation, spectral representation, music notation. All right, so I am going to look at the last library that he mentioned, HashLib. So what is HashLib? All right, so that's gonna come last. It's gonna come for probably for this part over here. But I would like to get this information. So let's see how Python. Now we get to my actual searching. Python, how to get data from MP3 file. Okay, and how to extract data from MP3 file. Don't like that. Sometimes just by looking at like what they're saying, where do I have to go to get it? I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. Ooh, what is this? Oh, look at this, id3.com. All right, let's check it out. How much time? Oh, 1 minute left. Let's see how far I can get within 1 minute. The pressure is on. id3. And then we are going to go to, let's try that. Boom. And we're going to do import i3. And what can we do here? Let's go with, let's try. I'm gonna go on the bottom. Audio file equals i3.load, and then we'll just do audio file name. And then let's see, audio dot file name. Oh, audio. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. This is audio file. Give me like 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. Put your pens down. Put your pens down. Audio file dot tag dot artist. Let me see if I'm gonna get an actual artist on this file. So no artist. Oh, that's not fun, but let's do it anyways, right? Artist dot equals. I don't want to do that because I'm setting it. I don't want to set it. I just want to get it. So let's do this. Print audio file. Let's do this. Let's do that. Print info. Let's see what we get. All right, let's go. See what happens. I don't know if it's gonna go through because of this one failing. All right, let me comment this out. We will do a soft assertion on this one at some point, but I want to see if this gives me anything. Audio info size. Okay. Let's see here. So that's. So this is setting the information, but what if I want to get the information? Oh, so maybe this one isn't exactly it. But we do have some more information as well. Well, that was that. We will pick this up next Sunday. Let's go to, or if you guys want, you guys can try it yourself and work on it throughout the week. All right. So that was fun. Went into looking into these additional libraries and all that. I probably would have finished it if I went with FFmpeg, but I wanted to explore the recommendations that Don gave. But I don't know. I'm semi familiar with FFmpeg because I use that a lot at work. But this was good. I like it. Let's see. Let me take a look at the comments, and I can't wait to see how this is done. So I guess you still have to wait a little bit, but you can see some ways that I was going through it, thinking about it, trying to figure out like the library, because a lot of the times, right, you spent the most time like researching and playing with the libraries. And then once you see the concept, like for example, the M3U8 parser, once I saw how that worked, then I could just take off with it, right? But it takes you some time. It might take you a few hours to like play around with it, see. And as you saw, I was doing like, okay, when I load it, what happens after there? A trial and error. And then I'm like, okay, now I got the duration. I got my first win, right? That first win is the most crucial, because if you don't get that first win, then you're going to like, oh, I don't think I'm going to get this to work. But once you get that first win, you're like, okay, I see something passing. Let me keep going. So after I got the audio, after I could actually capture the audio duration, then I'm like, okay, let's try the sampling rate because it's giving us there. And then we're like, I'm not sure if this i3 package is gonna work, but we'll find another. We'll just keep searching. We'll find another one, and then we're gonna go through each one of those, right? Once we go through each one of those, then we're gonna start to document our test, saying, all right, we are asserting that we have the right title, the right artist, the right album, the right genre, the right channels, all of that stuff, right? Oh, I just looked at the documentation again. The sample rate is 44,100. So it's the all right. So let's do this real quick. I am going to update this because I will definitely forget next week. So I'm gonna take. So I don't know. I read something wrong. So this should be here, right? Sampling rate of 44,100 is what the expected is. So some stuff we're gonna have to look into to see what's the difference. But back over here. All right. So hopefully you got that helped get us to the point that we are now. And yeah, this was a great like this.
Message.
These type of exercises are what makes you great at what you do, right? Because okay, fine, we didn't finish. So what? There's always next Sunday. All right. And we're gonna pick it up from here and we're gonna keep going and we're gonna solve this challenge. We don't quit, we don't give up. We set 30 minutes aside for it and we keep going. All right. Am I discouraged that we didn't get to finish in 30 minutes? Of course not. I'm encouraged because you got to think about it like this, right? You're heading into a new domain, a new realm, a new battle, a new challenge, right? And I'm going to do this just give me a second here. Rock with me for a second here, okay? We are going to do So, like I was saying, now I have the theme music behind me, right? We are heading into new grounds, new challenges, right? And this isn't discouraging at all. This is encouraging because how many of you guys have tested audio? How many has tested video? All right? This is how we get better. This is how we get our foot into the door. Right? This is how we do it. We have to challenge ourselves. And I am so thankful that Don sent me this challenge because did I finish? No. But do I have a vision on what I need to do to finish? Absolutely. So we found a way to get the duration. We found a way to get the sample rate, right? So now we're just going down the list, getting everything. We're going to get all of our information and then we're going to clean up the file. We're going to say, all right, if we want to use PyTest as recommended, we can use PyTest. I'm just using the regular assertions. We can create it as a unit test file, whatever the standard is going to be. But the most important thing is figuring out how to get it to work. And then you refactor and you make it pretty. All right. Make it pretty. All right. But we got to get it to work first. That's the number one thing. Get it to work. Because I'd rather, like if I'm testing, I'd rather validate that it's working properly instead of it being pretty and not working at all. All right. So think about that. All right. So let's see. So Stephanie said, is FFmpeg what would be used to extract the data from the MP3 if using Java or non-programming Python languages? Yeah. FFmpeg can be used in Python as well. I just went down this route because Don, that was like he mentioned those libraries, so I wanted to see what they were. But with FFmpeg, it's more of a command line tool for the most part, which they have Python packages that work with FFmpeg as well, which you could probably use those to do some extraction. But you can do it you can do the command line with it, and you can say, all right, it would probably be ffprobe opposed to FFmpeg. ffprobe kind of reads the file and then extracts data out of it, but it's a part of the FFmpeg package software, whatever, right? But we'd probably be using ffprobe, and we would be getting all this data from it, and then it would be listed. You can make it listed as a JSON, and then we can validate it through the JSON. You can probably pick that up next week and try it out and see what happens. But the goal is to challenge yourself every single day, whatever that challenge is. Like, you got to make your mind think. You have to make yourself suffer. All right, that is the most important thing. And if you can suffer through like taking on a new coding challenge and like fail forward, right? Because we haven't failed because we haven't quit. We haven't failed because we haven't quit. You only fail when you quit. So getting the duration, for me, that's huge. I know about a new package now. I know more about validating MP3s. I know how to get the duration of an MP3 file. So now I'm thinking like, oh man, there's so many different things that I can do with this. Like the other package that he mentioned, the PyDub, I'm like, oh wow, there's so many different things we can do with this audio manipulation, right? So that's the concept of failing forward. We didn't fail. We're just postponing our victory. All right. See what's next. So Don says, this is a great way to observe the development process of a candidate and see how they figure out their approach to a test. Thank you very much. All right. Trying one level up. Got that. Then describing the steps out loud like this while thinking through it is a skill I've been practicing for technical interviews. Not easy for my introvert brain, but super important to get comfortable with. Well, Stephanie, I will help you with that because I can just bring you on the live stream and we can talk some more about what you're working on and you will gain more and more confidence. And then eventually, maybe we can be side by side on the screen talking through what we're working on. All right. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see.
Message.
All right. It says there are multiple levels to the folders. You may need to cast in INT. We can do that, yeah. And different libs use different math. All right. It doesn't matter if you completed. I got to experience how you code, and that is the valuable part. Shout out to Don. And Mr. Himini says, thanks for this. Thank you for being here, Mr. Himini. Welcome to the channel. Happy to have you here. And says, I'll be back next week. I'd love to better understand. And I will be absolutely excited to have you back as well. And stepwise refinement is the best way to develop. Through the test-driven development principles, you make it work and then refactor. Write your test, make it work, refactor, run your test, right? That's how my mind works, right? Get it to work, run it, and then refactor, run it again, make sure it still works, and then we move on from there, all right? And Stephanie says, yes, I was just asking because I was thinking in regards to if I were to approach the challenge one day without Python. Do it. Just do it. Like everything I've done, like I just said, well, let's find out. And a Google search where using Java and FFmpeg to validate an MP3 file, right? And see what you get. Right? Maybe. All right, I'll be quiet. All right, we're not going to talk about that. All right, so that is all the comments. Shout out to all of you guys for being so amazing, for bearing with me as you saw my mind in action, getting this far. And we are going to pick it up next week. And if we don't finish next week, we're going to do another 30 minutes the week after until we are finished, because we do not quit. We do not give up. We are warriors. We are barbarians. We are tech barbarians. All right. So let's get to it. Shout out to everyone.
I appreciate you.
All right. Now let me turn off this intriguing background music and we shall head into the unknown lands of Terraform. All right, so, all right, and what I can do is, I can put a link to the Udemy course. As much as I hate to advertise Udemy, because they still won't, like, I still don't qualify for the affiliate link, right? So it's what it is, right? But it's more important that you guys have the link to the course in case you want to follow along. So I'm going to post it in the chat and, we'll go from there. So let me do this. Let me see if I can do it like this. Let's see what I can do. Let's go with, and while I'm here, I'm just going to do this because I can't believe I haven't done this yet, right? Let's say, boom. You are Wrenched Up Don. All right, so that's your new name, Wrenched Up Don. All right, so we're gonna go with Udemy course for Terraform. Now, what I'm also gonna do, I'm going to put actually, Don, you're a mod now. Can you, if you want, put the link to the MP3 audio challenge in the chat, and so if anyone wants to give it a try, they are more than welcome to. We got that. And I am going to do as well this one. And we are going to do it like this. I should have done this before, but I do not be thinking about that. So let's go to here. And I'm going to say and boom. And why can I never pin this stuff? YouTube is so annoying sometimes. They have this little pop-up thing. All right. So what I'm gonna do, now I have to modify YouTube's bad UI because they are blocking what I'm trying to do. Okay, so let's do this. That stupid little reaction thing. Let me see if I can. All right, got it. See, the beauty of using HTML. You know what? I'm going to show you guys this real quick. I'm going to show you guys this real quick, right? So let me just pin it first. And all right, check this out, right? And you'll see this totally on the fly, right? So I'm here. Let me put it back, right? And you're going to see this, right? So let's go to this screen, right? So I'm here. I'm trying to find the little pin, right? Like, because I want to pin the message, right? But this little stupid thing over here is blocking it. I'm like, all right, fine. So because I cannot click the pin button, right? I have to like try to hide behind it. I'm like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you exactly what I did because this is why it's important to learn this stuff. Okay, so I went over here and see if I can find it. Right, I went over here. I'm using the developer tools, and what I ended up doing was I just went and I selected this little thing right here, right? And I find it in here. Find it in here. And I said, display none. Oh, actually, no. I got to do one more display none. Actually, wait a second. There's a circle that's still there. Which one did I display none on? Hold on. Let me get it again. Let's see. So this one right here, right? I just said display none. Now I can get my pin message, right? Wherever it was. Replace pin message. Before I pinned it, it just said pin message, right? So now, like, I'm like, why would you put this here? Oh, wait, you guys can't even see it. Hold on. Let me move this over here, right? So I'm going to toggle it on and off, right? So here, this had block, right? So now, there's another one in there too that I had. Anyways, you guys know which one that is, right? It's the one where it's that one, right? So I'm like, this thing is over. You can see the circle here, right? So I'm like, all right, this thing is driving me crazy. So I just went to here and I said display none. And now it's gone and I can get to my button as I want it to, right? anyway, just wanted to show you guys that because that is super annoying. Like every single time I'm trying to pin a message, and this thing is like just blocking me, right? So, anyways, let's go back here. All right, so we are going to. Yes, you can get past paywalls, but we're not sharing that information, Don, because that is not a good thing to do. All right, so this is the Udemy course, who I'm not affiliate program with. So, all right, this is Don's challenge. All right, it's in the chat. Give it a click, and of course, become a tech barbarian. Okay, join the Patreon. All right, and more challenges at Chaos Camp. Okay. And we are not sharing this type of information on this channel, Don. Don speaks for himself. All right, so the time has come. Let's get into Terraform, okay? So we are going to be using, minimize that. And all right, so what we're gonna do, I can show you from the course what we're gonna do, right? All right, so from the course, we are going to go through, we already did section 1. So section 1 is just introductions. We are going to, introduction to Terraform. We're going to install Terraform. And we could do the Vagrant, because I think that's using the VirtualBox. But I know in my notes I had like, how will this work with an M1 processor chip? Because when I tried to do VirtualBox on M1, I had like tons and tons of issues. But we'll find out. And then, so I have like I have a list of things that we're going to do, but we're going to be covering the HCL, AWS setup, spinning up an instance. So I would like to be done at like spinning up the instance in AWS, right? And we can go from there. Okay. So, and any questions, I'll try to answer them, but you're just going to see me going through this course. All right. So first things first, let's pull up a browser and we're going to type in Terraform and find, so Terraform by HashiCorp, right? Which it is possible to become Terraform certified or Hashi certified. Don knows exactly the name of the certification. And while I'm not a big fan of certain type of certifications, I think the DevOps type of certifications are very important, especially being a new field. So if let's say you get Hashi certified or you become like pretty fluent with Terraform, then that makes you so much more marketable. We gotta pick our certifications wisely. It's not, let me just go get certified here and there and there, and I'm ISCQB certified. Like, all right, who cares, right? But in new fields, new realms, right? Getting that certification, especially for infrastructure as code, that I think is very important. All right, so that being said, let's go to the website and let's put our 20 minutes up on the clock.
It's time to do.
All right, so we are going to download Terraform. And, we can do it straight from our brew. Let's see. So let's go to, so I'm going to pull up a terminal. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, we don't believe in just getting certified to get certified. We believe in, if we are going to be certified, it's going to be with a purpose, not just so we can have like some type of some piece of paper on the wall. Nope, we're going to make them meaningful. All right. So let me close this over here. So all right, so here we are. We're just gonna follow this way. Turn this way a bit. Look in here. Okay, cool. All right, let's do this. So we're good here, and we're going to do brew tap HashiCorp / tap. See what happens with this. Something's happening. With my notes. And there's a way that you can actually do it by the zip file too, but since I came here and I saw it had I can do it through brew, I'm like, all right, let's do it through brew. No big deal, right? So now we're gonna do brew install HashiCorp /tap/Terraform. All right. Ooh, what just happened here? All right. So tap HashiCorp cloning into remote repository not found. Let's see. Let me copy this, make sure. Maybe I need to do an update. Let's see. This is why I like to do it live. Oh wait, no, man, I must have had a typo then. I must have had a typo because this time it worked. Oh yeah, there he goes right here. I had it. HashiCorp. Okay, that's cool. Oh, you guys can't see it either. So my big head is in the way. All right, cool. So we have I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller than I already am. Oops. Let's go here. Okay, so here we are. So we have Terraform installed, and we could have done it through the binary as well. But all right, cool. So we have that. So now what I'm gonna do is let's try to verify that it works by doing the command terraform -h. All right, so we have Terraform installed. All right, so that is awesome.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
See, I feel very victorious so far today because I have won in the challenge. I have won in installing Terraform, and we are just winning all around. All right. So, but you didn't finish the challenge. How did you win? I got further than I was before I started. And to me, that is a win. I define my wins. I do not let anybody else define what winning is to me. I define my wins. And by me getting further than I started, right? Even if it was 1% further, that's a win to me because then tomorrow, another percent. And the day after that, another percent. And then maybe it starts to increase exponentially, right? So that's what I want you guys to understand. You have to define your own wins. And maybe I'll do a kind of conversation about how do you define winning. All right, so we are here. So we got our, so I'm checking off what we got done. All right, so this one, all right. So I have a checklist of what we have to do here. So I'm just going down the checklist. I haven't done that, but this works. So this, because there's some steps by doing it with Brew that we don't have to do. But one thing that we can do at some point is, what if we install a Linux box using like a virtual box, and then we do it the Linux way, so that because the thing is, right, when you're in these environments, you're not gonna have Brew to use. You're gonna have to do like through command line and all that type of stuff. So that will be another challenge that we're gonna do. After we get kind of familiar with this now, then we're gonna say, okay, let's do it on a Linux box, right? Where we have to download the zip, or we have to do it via let's see what they have in the instructions over here, right? So you have to do a wget, depending on if you're doing on Ubuntu, Fedora, Amazon Linux. So let's say we do it through Amazon, right? Through an EC2 instance, right? So then we'll do this. Maybe we'll try a bunch of these, right? Maybe we'll try a bunch of these, you know? But that is how you learn. And we're here to learn because we want to become DevOps experts. Even if you're a QA engineer, you want to become a DevOps expert because you want to add value. You want to corner the market, saying, because think about it like this, right? If everyone is going to their boot camps, right, and they're learning how to do automation and they're learning how to do manual testing, stuff that we already know how to do, they're trying to come for us, but they can't, because while they're learning the very basics of automation, we're learning how to do Terraform. We're learning how to do DevOps. We're learning security. We're learning cloud engineering. We're learning machine learning. We just keep moving forward and forward and forward, while they're like, they're getting charged an egregious amount of money to go to these boot camps, and they're just teaching them the very basics. They don't continue all the way to where, like, to the depths that we've gone to, right? So you can come join the Tech Coach Ralph team, right? Become a tech barbarian, and you can make that journey with us, or you can watch from the outside, just letting you know. All right, so let's keep going. So we will do this in Linux eventually, but now we are going to, you can also install it using Vagrant. So while we're here, why not, let's see what Vagrant is, right? So vagrantup.com. Development environments simplified. Like the name of that. And if anybody's in the chat, let me know what you think about this so far, right? Going into this DevOps portion, this Terraform. Terraform is infrastructure as code. That way you can like write code to spin up instances, whether you're doing AWS, Google Cloud Platform, Google Cloud Platform, or if you're doing Azure, Microsoft Azure, or whatever else there is, right? So we are going to install Vagrant on machine. So let's install Vagrant. Okay, so Vagrant is also by HashiCorp. So we're going to do, where's our terminal? We're going to do okay, now you guys can see better. Make it bigger. Brew install. Now we're doing brew install HashiCorp /tap. A bit. HashiCorp -Vagrant. All right. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just going through what I did in the class, right? So far, not too complicated, pretty fun thing to do, right? All right. Oh, password. Okay, what is the password? All right, password entered. Hopefully I put it in correctly. It's waiting. All right, there we go. So HashiCorp Vagrant is successfully installed. Now we are going to pull the, so in the class, there is a, a GitHub repo, right? For the, what do I call it? It's for the, like, they created a Vagrant box that has everything set up on it. So we just need to get that up and running. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to say, let's see, let me find a place to put this on the computer. Let me see where we're going. Let's see. I'm just finding a place to save it on the computer. That's all. So that's why you don't see the. So you don't see anything happening, but that's what I'm doing. So just make a directory. DevOps. So create a folder called DevOps, and we're going to go into that folder. And we are going to say git clone, and then I'm going to put the path to the box, to the repo that we're cloning. All right. Now we are going to do inside the script folder. We're going to go inside the script folder. So we're going to go cd scripts, and we are going to run the install script. So if I remember correctly, we're going to do that slash dot install.sh. I think that's the command. Rigorous up command. All right, so let's try that. No such file. Oh, shit. Let me see. I always get stuck on this part. Dot install.sh. Damn it. Oh, try that. It's one of these. It is one of these. Hold on. Let me pull it up. How to run that. Give me a second. See, that's why we're doing this. We're going to figure this out together. Terraform install using. Okay. Right, so, you just go to this to the repo site. So let's go here and let's see. Well, that didn't really say much. So what we go is how to run sh script in terminal. I do it all the time. I just can never remember the actual. Easy way to run a shell script on Mac using sudo command on terminal, type sudo sh. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Let's look at this one. Right, good. Now, so since dot refers to your current directory, okay, so I did that. So let's try that. Let's try dot slash install.sh. Okay, so we need to modify gotta change the permissions to mod plus x install.sh. And then now it should run. There we go. Wait a second. Okay. Something's happening. Like I said, right? Like I said, we fail forward. Like we don't quit. We don't stop. A bunch of stuff isn't working, but that's okay, right? That is okay because we can investigate this at a later date because we have installed. So we have Vagrant installed. We clone. Oh, okay. I'm reading my notes. Okay, I'm reading my notes, and I made a mistake. I think I misunderstood what I wrote. Right. So if we do vagrant up, let me clear this out. The command is supposed to be vagrant up, from my understanding. Let's see. I could be wrong, but let's see. So vagrant up will install Ubuntu image with the software. So let's see what happens with that. Yeah. So I put a note about the install.sh script, but what's supposed to happen is the vagrant up is going to execute the install.sh script. So got it. So while this is all happening, let's go to some of this. All right. So now we see movement. So see, and like I said, fail forward, right? We from my notes, I misunderstood. And as I kept going down, I'm like, okay, this I got what's going on. All right. So we got this, checking off on my list. I made a checklist of everything that we need to do today. And there was an error while executing VBox, a CLI used by Vagrant for command start. The virtual machine DevOps box has terminated unexpectedly during startup while code blah blah. So I am thinking, which I could be wrong, but I am thinking that this might be due to the M1 chip. But I'm gonna research that separately, right? So and I put a question mark like, would this work on my M1 chip? So I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll research. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to put a note here to research that part. All right. So I have a note here, but I think we can keep going regardless of the Vagrant box loading up properly. Because yeah, I'm thinking it might be something linked to the, I don't know, but something didn't go through here, right? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna research and find out why. But I don't think that the Vagrant part should stop us from moving forward. So we are going to do that. But we can always let's do a quick look at it to see what's going on. There was a error while executing. Let's do a quick search. Wow, I mean, we only have a minute left, right? So for this segment, so let's do a quick look, see, and see what Stack Overflow says the error is. I'm trying to. I solved the following steps. I have completely removed the VirtualBox version before installing VirtualBox sudo update software. Well, could do that, I guess. Well, whatever. Let's do it. Why not do it? All right, let's see what we can do. Because they said it worked, so why not? If we can avoid doing this next week, why not do it now, right? Oh, okay, great. So this is based on Linux. All right, so let's do Mac. Okay, this one is what we want. So
Lunch break! Lunch break!
all right, let's just finish reading this real quick and then we'll go to, so finally, after much time on Mac, make sure you have security settings set correctly. Go to security, input monitoring, accept VirtualBox, and then accessibility. Accept, all right, let's try that real quick, right? Let's try that real quick. Because if not, then it's just going to be a lingering, annoying issue. So I'm going to security. And we're going to input monitoring. And then we are going to go to VirtualBox. Open. And that okay, so we accept the VirtualBox. And then it says go to accessibility. And it says accept AE. Where is that one? Then go to accessibility, accept, or is that still under security? Hold on. Is there a Is there a... Okay, so here. Okay, so we got this one. I'm just doing this on another screen because I don't know what data is going to show up when I'm in these computer settings. And then we're going to add VirtualBox. All right. And I think that should do it. So let's give it a try. So before we go to our break, let's just try it one more time, right? Just to see what happens. Let's see if that fixes it. No, still did not. Okay, so that means we will need to investigate that later on because that did not work. Oh. Restart. Yeah, that's not going to work today. So we will have to, so we'll find out next time if this worked. Like once I restart my computer, but cannot restart it on the stream. So once I restart, we will find out if that worked. And reload your Vagrant machine and everything should work. How do you reload your Vagrant machine? Well, we'll find out, but I think we can move on from there. So now I think that we are moving on to the section of understanding or of Terraform basics. All right. But for now, break time. All right. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Terraform so far? I mean, all we did was install it, and might be the Mac issue that caused the Vagrant part not to work. But we'll figure it out. We always do. But we have it installed. So far, let's recap what we've done, right? We'll go for our break. We have it installed, right? We use brew to do it, but we will do it on Linux, doing the zip file and extracting it and put it on a Linux machine, whichever. Maybe we'll do it on AWS. Install Terraform, and once we get it installed, we can go from there and see what comes next. All right. All right. So, is anybody in the chat? No, nobody in the chat. Okay. So, oh, this is good. I love it. I love it. I'm having tons and tons of fun learning something new. Learning two things new today, right? Getting to work on the MP3 challenge, and my goal for this is I'm going to set a certain amount of that we're going to get to, and then because that way I don't want to spend like super long on Terraform. I do want to get to the like the overall DevOps, because let's see, show you this real quick. Let's see here. Watch this, right? Watch this real quick. Searching for DevOps engineer, right? Trust me, this is way higher in Florida, but in Alabama, making $93,000 in Alabama, in West Virginia, in Arkansas, this is a lot of money in those states, right? So that's what I would expect. I think these would be a lot of money in those states. This is not that much in Florida, but I guarantee you it's a lot more than that, right? So average, but we don't believe in average here. We believe in being in the top earners. So that's what we're targeting in Florida. Right. And whatever state that you're in, if you are on the Tech Roach Off team, you are not an average earner. You are a top earner. And trust me, I'll make sure of that. All right. So just wanted to show you that, right? While people are playing around, we're here winning. All right. We are here winning.
You either win with us or you watch us win.
All right. So let's move on to hopefully the last part of this stream where we're going to start using we're going to start building this out, right? And this is going to be an exclusive recommendation because the way that we work, you can ask Stephanie, you can ask Randy, right? The way that we work, we believe in being job ready, like we're practicing the way that we would work from day one. So we're going to start coding now, right? But in the code, we're going to be using our version control. So we're going to start putting our stuff in Git and GitHub and all that good stuff, all right? So okay, so here we go. Here we go. All right, so let me see. I gotta see which IDE I should be using for Terraform. VS Code. Oh, I can use IntelliJ. Let me see if I can use IntelliJ without oh, I could use PyCharm as well. So many options, so many options. I do not want to use VS Code. Let me see. Well, let's try. I'm gonna try IntelliJ. I know Stephanie really appreciates IntelliJ, so we're gonna try IntelliJ. Let me get it opened up. All right, so we are going to put this over here. And I'm going to move this over here. And just organizing the screens because we are switching softwares because we are about to get into the code. So, all right, so what is this? All right, so this is when so when I opened up my IntelliJ, it popped up with when I was helping Stephanie troubleshoot because that's what we do, right? You run into an issue, you need to troubleshoot, you need help. I'm on, right? Just gonna jump on. We're gonna figure out the problem so you can move forward, right? You know, you spent time trying to work it out and couldn't get it. All right, fine. Let's just. This is not something that's worth spending a lot of time on. So let's get it resolved so you can get actually to the work that matters, all right? Because when you have like all these version issues and stuff like that, it's just like you'll figure it out. But if somebody already knows how to take care of it, then it's not worth the time to waste in that case, right? If it's like some code thing, then it's worth spending the time. But when it comes to like infrastructure, like your computer configuration and IDE configuration, it's just somebody knows it. Let's get that taken care of. All right, so all right, what I'm gonna do is create a new project, and I'm gonna share the screen here. All right, so we're going to name this project. We are going to name this project. Let's go with. Let's see, name. What the heck? Hey, when this does this. All right, hold on one second. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do what is this thing called? Demi Terraform. Okay, so let's do that. And all right, so we already have it in Git, right? And I made it as a Java thing. That's not what I want, right? Let me see. I'm going to go back to Python actually, because I don't want it as a Java thing. I don't even know if I want it as a Python thing, to be honest. But you know what? I think I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go to PyCharm because let's go to PyCharm because I think the code in PyCharm, it will be a bit easier to go through. Sorry, Stephanie. Next time. All right, so we're gonna do new project, and we're gonna do Udemy Terraform course. All right, cool. So here we are, and let's do that. Okay, so we need a plugin for Terraform. Okay, so let's find this plugin for Terraform. All right, so I'm looking on the other screen, how to get that. So create a normal project in PyCharm. Here is the name. First Terraform, install Terraform plugin from file. All right, so we're gonna go here. And we're gonna go here. Hopefully it's not one of those, like you gotta get the upgraded version to be able to do it, you know? Let's see. File, settings, or preferences maybe. And then plugins. Terraform. Ooh, okay. Nice. Nice. And let's put our timer up. And if we don't finish in this next 20 minutes, I'm gonna run another 20-minute session because we are here to learn. We are here to win.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, so we have Terraform installed, and we are good to go. All right, now the next thing that we're gonna do, like I said, we like to work in the way that I like to learn, the way that I like to do it, like I would be using it in a work environment. So in a work environment, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using version control, right? So we already have it set up as Git, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new branch because in the main branch, I only want that to be my, the working code. I don't want any non-working code in the main branch, right? So what we're going to do first, we are going to push this up to GitHub, right? Share a project on GitHub. Udemy Terraform course is going to go to Tech Coach Ralph's GitHub, and we're going to, doesn't need to be private. And I do not want to include these files. Second. So let's do our git ignore file. And we're going to say, where are those files again? So let's do this. Let's go to terminal. And we're going to do git status. And we are going to idea slash. And we're going to say git. So you see this little curveball I'm throwing in here, right? Because this part is very important because what about when you want Tech Coach Ralph to do a code review for you, right? And I'm going to do code reviews by pull requests. So you need to be able to do this part. So we are here, add.git ignore. On main branch. Oh, okay. So in the VNV. Okay, why did I put it in there? That's weird. I'm gonna create a git ignore over here actually. New file dot git ignore, and we're gonna do that, and we are going to throw that in this git ignore file, right? It's working like the real thing, you know. Git add git ignore, and git status. Now we do not have our .id in there, and we're going to push that, right? So we're going to share git commit m for message, and we are added git now. There's nothing really in this package, but we are going to push this up, and then we're going to change our branch, right? So share project on GitHub. Remote is already on GitHub. Okay, so we're going to do push it to GitHub, and we are going to say push. Now, this one, set as default account. All right, so now if we go and we look up our GitHub, I can find it. All right, so here we are. We have our project on GitHub, right? Now the next thing we're going to do, right? Let's go back here, and we're going to do a new branch. Git checkout B. B is for creating a new branch, and I'm going to call it develop. Okay. So we have our develop branch, and because it's just me working on this right now, I'm going to work off the develop branch. But let's say it was me working on it, Don working on it, Stephanie working on it, Randy working on it, all of my people, right? Good guy, wherever he is right now. Good guy, where are you? Right? Good guy working on it. We can have our own branches for, let's say we're working, we have stories, right? So I would create a branch based on the name of that story, and I'll do all my work in there and then send it for code review, do a pull request and merge it into maybe develop or into main, whichever we do, right? And then they leave me feedback on my pull request, and then I make the necessary adjustments. And then once we get all the thumbs up and it goes through all the checks, then we merge it into the main, right? That's how we work, okay? That is how you do it in a real working environment. And that is what we have here. We have a real work environment. We are creating jobs for ourselves, right? Right? Randy's going to be her own entity. Stephanie's her own entity. And now they have experience, right? Anyway, I'm giving you guys so much information. Just do me a favor. Forget I said anything, all right? You guys just keep watching your football games. We're going to keep winning over here, okay? So let's go. All right, so we have here, and now the next thing that we need to do is we have our branch. We got that. And then pull in repo via clone. All right. So we have, I was supposed to create the branch named understanding Terraform. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to create a new branch actually. This is the branch I want it to be called, because then we can just merge it into develop, right? Git B, because we are doing the understanding Terraform HCL, right? So now we are going to create a directory in here, and we are going to call that Terraform test. Okay. And which I guess we could create it. So we could do this through the command line, but I'm just gonna like, why use the command line when you got an IDE, right? So create in here, in this folder, we're going to do a new file, and we're gonna call that main.ft. All right, add that, and oh, yeah. See, remember Stephanie, I said I should have just bought the full thing. I think I'm gonna have to do that, but it is what it is. Try, they have it in IntelliJ Ultimate, and they have it in PyCharm Professional, and I have the Community Edition, so it's quite possible in the coming weeks I will be buying the full version, but for now, we're not doing that. All right, so let's go to here. We did that, Terraform test. We got our main.ft. And the first thing we're going to do, we are going to put in a variable, my var. Maybe I should just do this in VS Code then. We'll see. Let's see. So we're creating a variable called myvar, and we're going to set a type for it equals string, and then comma, and then default equals hello Terraform. All right. So, but instead of hello Terraform, we are going to say hello Tech Coach Ralph. All right, and so we got that done. And now what's next? What is next? So we have our terminal down here, right? Let's clear this out. And we are going to let's do our first shot at Terraform, right? So Terraform console to start the console. Let's see what happens if I do. So Terraform console. Okay, we're in Terraform now. All right, and it says call variable. Let's see. An input variable, so reference undeclared input variable. Let's see. So let's try this instead. Let's see the $sign var.myvar. Okay, let's see. Let's try to figure this out, right? Let's try to figure this out. Got a bunch of notes here. All right, so let's see. Oh, wait a second. Let's see if we do main.ft. All right, so let's do some searching. And we're gonna do Terraform, how to execute main or Terraform script. All right, so let's do that. Okay, let's see here. Terraform console. All right, my repo has a PR. I gotta look to see what is. Let me see. What is it? I'll check to see what that's referring to. Added a sample Terraform file with greater form. Oh. So watch this, right? So Don is working in the background, and let's see if we do something here. Let's do exit, pull, check out. We'll go to, I'll look into that part after. Excuse me. But I want to Oh, okay. Looking at it right now. Variable, number, description. So let me show you what I'm looking at, right? Talking about working in teams, right? So let's go to. So Don he added this file, greaterform.tf, variable, number, description, a number to check, type number. And it says output is greater than 10, value equals greater than var.number 10. So as of right now, Don, that doesn't mean much to me, right? Because but I'm sure in a few it will, right? So let's keep going with this a little bit. All right. Let's see. So what I'm looking for is how do you run this file? I guess I could go prepare your working directory for other commands. So we're gonna do a different search. We're gonna how to run Terraform script. Usually the way to run is first switch the directory and your root. Terraform will find those files automatically without any arguments. So let's see if we go that's why cd Terraform. All right, now let's do Terraform console, and let's do main so we got that, and let's look at this. Gotta do the init first. Okay, that's what I kind of thought so. So the console is just like so you can actually run like those. It's like a console where you can do the variables and stuff like that in there, right? Let's see what we got. Prepare, validate, check whether the configuration is valid. Plan shows changes required by the current configuration. Create or update infrastructure, destroy. Okay, let's try init. Trying all these. See what we got. No configuration velocity. All right. So let's put up the course and see what they say about that. And let's see. We are here. First steps in Terraform, spinning up an instance. Let's look at this.
Let's talk.
And I'm just gonna go here. Got that. Let's see. Variable. Okay. So Terraform console. All right, so let's give this a try again. Okay, so let's go over here because we are going to figure this out. All right, let me make this a little shorter. And Terraform version. All right, we are okay. So now we're gonna do Terraform console. Right. So now if we do var.myvar, Why is it saying that? All right, so let me see. Give me a second. All right, so give me a second here. All right, so let me just figure this out. Let's figure this out. So reference to undeclared input variable. But oh, it's because I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. Stupid. So this is supposed to be called TF, not FT. All right. So let's see. Install Terraform. Thought I installed that already, but okay. So it turns out I don't have to upgrade. I don't have to upgrade. All right, let's do it. So now if we do, all right, so we have my var.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
We're gonna get this to work real quick, and then we're gonna go on break, 5 minutes, and then we will come back and should be our final segment because I think if we didn't make dumb mistakes, we would be good to go. So let's go to ls and Terraform. Actually, do this. ls-ahl, and we have our main.tf in there. All right, and now we're going to do Terraform console, and then all right, so we already see that it's picking it up on main and variable myvar type equals string, and then arguments definition must be separated by new lines, not commas. Like that? Thought I saw. Let me see what I had in my Notion. I had a comma in there, but okay. So let's try that. And then it says invalid quotes by constraints, the on main and the type string. Okay. Let's take that out. Maybe I caught it. Let's see. Already required. Oh, they're probably using. Okay, but now we remove the feature. So let's try it again. All right, so we're in the console now, right? So let's say we do var.myvar. Hey, look at that. We do not lose. All right, so always, like, you see how important QA is, because now you take your QA hat off, and now you're just like, oh, let me go, and then you make a stupid mistake where instead of putting TF, you put FT, and like you're like, oh, why is this not working? Oh my goodness! And then as soon as you make the necessary adjustment, you find out that you do not have to buy the JetBrains full package yet. You have bought in some more time because Terraform works within the community editions, right? So I am safe and sound a little bit longer just a little bit longer. All right. So we got that. And then we're going to try the other way, what we're going to do here. And then it is, I have to put the quotes. I have to put the quotes. So let's go with both of them. And we're going to do like that. Oops. var.myvar. And look at that. We are good to go. Success. Let's go on break. So refreshing. So happy that we got that part done. Let's update our checklist. All right. So the next things left, we are going to be, so what we have left is creating additional variables, map a key map, do a key map, can have strings, list types, creating a resource. All right. Okay. So then we're going to go to creating a resource, AWS, Terraform init, all that good stuff. And have quite a bit to go, but we're going to get it done. All right. So, and if not, then we will pick it up next week where we left off. But yeah, let's go for one more segment, and then we shall pick it up after that. But let's take our 5-minute break. Let's take our 5-minute break. We need a break because you gotta, all that brain power that's going, you need to give it a rest, and you need to hang out. All right. So let me see where we are now. Okay. So hope that that whole time calendar thing made sense. The first time I heard about it, I was like, oh, this is a very novel concept, and I use it for a lot of things now. I heard the concept, and I made the formula, I made the calculations using. So that little form is made in the React app that I'm using. So yeah, very cool stuff. Very cool. We got a lot of things in the pipeline, so just look out for it. The barbarians are always at work, never sleeping. All right. So while we're here, let's look up on. Let's look on LinkedIn for jobs, for Terraform jobs, and for DevOps jobs, right? Because that's what we are talking about. So let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna create this tab over here, and we're gonna go LinkedIn, and we are gonna go to, and feel free to add me on LinkedIn as well. Let's connect. All right, so we are here, and we're gonna do that screen. All right, so let me make this bigger. Ooh, that. All right, cool. So let's do DevOps. Or let's see what happens if we put Terraform. I'm just curious. Terraform. Senior DevOps engineer, hybrid in Sunnyvale, California, 138K to 186K. All right, interesting. Contract to contract, unavailable. Okay, full-time position. 401k with 5% safe harbor match, 15 days of PTO per year, increases by experience tier. Compensation package, 138 to 186K base salary. Equity awards vary by position. Year-end bonuses vary by position. And this role is also eligible for participation in annual cash, bonus, and equity grants. The actual offer, including the compensation package, is determined based on multiple factors such as candidate skill level and experience. Yada, yada, yada. Now, Stephanie, are you still in the chat? So, if you are, right? If you're still in the chat, we're doing QA, going to QA engineering right now, right? But you also love the technical stuff, the code and everything like that. Would this be a no, learning this type of stuff and eventually going from QA engineering to DevOps engineering? See, the key is, right? it's about the options and the opportunities. Because let's say Stephanie, for instance, or Don, for instance, they want to stay, in QA engineer, staff QA engineer, senior QA, whatever the case may be, right? But they know how to do this stuff, right? So they can stick to their doing the QA stuff, but then they can contract out to set up the infrastructure for some company or for some, small business trying to get this thing up and running. They don't have the funds to afford a full-time DevOps engineer, right? So in that case, they come to me, they come to Don, they come to Stephanie, they come to you guys don't know me, but they come to David, right? And they're like, okay, cool. Let me set this up for you. And whenever you need changes, hit us up. We'll take care of it for you, right? Boom. And now you have clients. You have your own business running, right? Or maybe you like it so much that you want to go into it full time. And now you are a DevOps engineer. You're just growing and growing and growing. I hope you guys see the opportunities, right? So many times like, oh, how can I get into software engineering? Oh, how can I get into this? Oh, how can I get into that? See, I don't think about how I can get into it. I already see myself into it. I'm like, all right, what are the opportunities from there? So now we're learning Terraform. We're learning.
Get a move on, back to work, chop, chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
We're learning Terraform. We're going to be learning all the whole DevOps thing, like Jenkins, Ansible, whatever else is in there, right? AWS, all that stuff, right? And maybe we even get certified. Who knows, right? But we're on a mission. We are on a mission to conquer, right? Conquer the QA space, the DevOps space, the data engineering space. We are on a mission. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing that can stop us, right? Letting you guys know right now, okay? So with that being said, let's look at another quick look, right? So this is in California, right? Let's say this New York one right here, right? Let's see. So it's like this might be more of a consulting job. I don't know. Let's keep looking. Full beauty brands, DevOps engineer, New York City, 115 to 125K. How much experience do you need for this position? So they would like a BS or MS in computer science or equivalent work experience, 1 to 3 years of relevant work experience specific to DevOps with solid Unix, Linux system administration background. Good. 1 to 3 years. So this is entry level. You guys are always looking for entry level. Well, if there's no QA entry level, it looks like there's some DevOps entry level. Let's see, DevOps support engineer. And guess what, right? Look at this job. Posted 4 days ago, right? Only 142 applicants. There's not that many of them out there. For a remote job in Seattle. Like let me show you something real quick, right? Remote. I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm gonna show you. 449 applicants for a lead QA engineer. Senior QA engineer, 75, but it's reposted. So it probably had a bunch of applicants before that, right? So let's see this one, right? Level 1, level 2, senior QA engineer, 464. Junior QA engineer, 908 applicants, right? But let's see what DevOps has. That could be wrong. Like there might be tons and tons of people applying for DevOps, but look at this one. Springfield, Virginia, remote. Reposted, so it might have been more before, but 30 applicants. So this one is, all right, this one has 634, which is kind of high. $275 posted 2 weeks ago. This one, the name of this sounds like it's a contracting agency, so I wouldn't put too much credence in it. 121 a month ago. Remote. And if I wanted this job, I have a connection that works there who's their recruiter. So I'd have already foot in the door, right? Proof point. 2 days ago, remote, 58 applicants. Let a QA job have been posted 2 days ago for being remote. It'd be like at 250. This one has 580, but posted 2 weeks ago, right? Oh, this one. Well, AWS. So that one is AWS DevOps Engineer. That's the most popular certification. So I could see that happening. That was only posted a week ago. Anyways. Oh, AWS DevOps Terraform Engineer, right? 305 applicants, right? And how much experience do you need for this, though? 5 years working in DevOps, right? But imagine if you were to get this locally, right? So DevOps, let's say Miami, Florida. And we say this is on-site or hybrid, no remote. South Florida, entry-level engineer. I don't know what type of engineer they're referring to. So we're going to ignore this one. Senior automation engineer, 34 applicants. What type of? Okay, so look at that. This one is kind of niche, to be honest with you. So I want to take that one seriously. DevOps cloud engineer, 54 applicants. 113 to $242,000 a year. Hey, Randy, you like what you're seeing? You like what you're seeing, Randy? I'm telling you, we have the solution here, right? Deloitte. Let me move Randy closer. All right. Look at that. Senior DevOps engineer. Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, Deloitte, 66K for like entry level low experience, to 143K. All right. Well, see, I don't know how this number isn't right for senior. Nah, that's not right. But only 3 years of DevOps and site reliability engineer, right? So many options. If we can take our stop thinking, we have to expand our thinking, expand our minds, right? So, and that's why we're so dangerous, right? I have Randy here working on her data engineering, but Randy, if you think you're only going to be focusing on data engineering, you are entirely wrong. Because after we get you set up in that, then we're going to start transitioning to other softwares, other learning coding languages. Like you're already learning Python, right? Learning other coding languages, learning different ways to do things. Like we have so much in store. But if you want to join the team, you got to join the Tech Barbarians. Join the Patreon, become a Tech Barbarian, and you can come and certainly win with us. But let's finish up with our last session, and then we will pick it up from there next weekend. Next Sunday, we'll pick it up from there. We'll start with a coding challenge, and then we'll go with continuing Terraform. Right? So let's do it. I am going to close out LinkedIn, but just wanted to show you guys the what's available out there. Right? So let's just pick it up straight from here. So I'm already sharing the screen. So here we are. We got this part to work, and we are going to, where are my notes? All right, so now we're going to do the map. All right. Okay, so here we are. We're going to do variable my map, and then we're going to do type equals. So what we're going to do, now that I understand what Don sent me earlier, after I finish with this, we are going to pull in what he sent us, and we are going to give it a try. So map, string, what's going on here? So type map string, and we're going to do default equals my key equals my value. All right, so here we are. Let's do that. simplifies to this. All right, so my key equals my value. And in that case, I'm just going to go with, leave it at that. All right, so now we are here. Where are my notes? Hi, Randy. All right, cool. Here we are. And let's put the 20 minutes up, by the way.
It's time to do.
Think about Terraform console again. For
Nope. All right, cool. So here we are. Let me make myself smaller. And let me move this over to the side. That way we can see what's going on. And I'll go back a little bigger. All right, cool. Let's do it like that, right? So we are here and we are going to exit out of that. And then we're going to go back to Terraform console and let's do this. So we're going to do my map dot default. Let's see what happens. Dot my key. Let's see what that. So my map default has not been declared. Okay, so let's get out of that. Oops. Go back to Terraform console. So how do you, and like you can, and here's the thing, right? You can watch all the videos and all that type of stuff, but until you actually try it out for yourself, it doesn't mean anything to you, right? You got to be able to do it for yourself. Okay, so let's do var dot my map. All right, so we have this, right? So var my map to map, and then we have this, right? So what else does it tell us? All right, so let's see. Okay. Okay, so now if we do the same thing over again, and now we do, okay, I got you. So we would do my key. Nope. Let's see.
my key. And
Okay. Okay, that's what, so they showed it to you, right? So let's go here, and then we put this in parentheses, and now we should get the value of my key, my value, right? Perfect. Cool. We are good to go. And let's see here. What else we got? So where's my checklist? We have map, can have string, list, type. So I want to try, before I go back to the video, let's go with variable, and we're going to call that my list, and we're going to do here, and we're going to say type equals list, and then default. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that, right? Let's try that because I'm not looking at the notes right now, or I didn't have the notes for the list. I just have that it can be a type of a list, right? So let's see what happens before we go back to get some help. Let's go with var.mylist. Oh, wait a second. Exit. Go back to Terraform console. Then var.mylist. Okay, cool. So you have to exit the console and go back in once you make the changes. So here we are. So now we have our list, var my list. Okay. So now let's try if we do this, and out of curiosity, let's say if I did 0. Cool. Look at that, right? So this right here is just the knowledge of list from Python and Java and just object-oriented programming, right? So the first position is 0, so my list would be 1. So let's say we did var.mylist, and then the position of 3, we should get 4. Cool. Awesome. So we got that list done. Now, let me see the other types. I thought I wrote it down. Let me see. So, let me see. Okay, so we have. All right, so let me double check that. Got that one done. So there we're going to AWS. All right, good. So those are the three types, right? So we have var, my list, all that good stuff. Now that means we are moving over to the AWS portion of it. So
We the best.
all right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. And all right, so where are we now? So we have this. So now we need to create a resource, which when creating resources, you have to put a provider. Let's see. Where are we? Did they create a new file? All right, cool. So now we're going to create a new file, right? So inside of here, we're going to create a new file called resource. And I got the TF down right this time, TF. And we're going to add that to our here. And we're going to do, so when you are doing a resource, you need to make this bigger, by the way. Okay, so here we go. So let's do here, and we are going to do a resource where we need to specify a provider, AWS, and then we do AWS, and then we open up the curly braces. We have our first provider, which is going to be AWS, and then got that. So now we need to do, so after you say the provider, now we need to do what type of resource we want to do, right? So resource, AWS instance, and let me see what else. Instance, and I believe they named the name of the instance. So let's say TCR example. And then we're going to do, here, give me a second to respond to a message real quick. All right, cool. All right, so now we have TCR example, and we're gonna do AMI. What does AMI stand for? Let's find out real quick. Let's do. So AMI resources allow the creation and management of a completely custom Amazon machine image. Okay, so AMI is Amazon machine image. If you want to just duplicate an existing AMI, possibly copying it to another region, it's better to use AWS AMI copy instead. All right, cool. Perfect. Thank you very much. That's why we love Google. All right, so AMI and then equals var dot AMIS, and then var dot AWS region. However, we haven't defined this yet, right? So that means we have to define our let's see. Okay, so then we say instance type. So this is really cool because using it through Terraform and through Terraform or using it through PyCharm, you get like all the help that you need, right? So we're gonna say this is a T2 micro type. All right. And see, the thing is, these are not defined. So let's go and add an AWS variable. So, okay, so here we are, right? The provider is AWS, right? We need a variable for the AWS region. So we're going to say that it is US East 1. If you're not familiar with AWS, that's one of the regions. And I think it has to be US East 1A, possibly. And then here we are going to do there. All right, so let me see here. All right, so following along. So I don't need the A. So let's take out the A. All right, so we are going. All right, so here we are. We're following along. And now that we're here, we are going to do. Here we are. So. Let's leave it as that. We're going to do Terraform console. Add extra characters after expression on line 1. Extra characters. Extra characters. All right, here we go. So so yeah, you always have to exit, like if you're not doing it through the terminal, so like the way that we're doing it through PyCharm, you always have to make sure you exit the console and then go back into it when you're doing it. All right. So let's go to. All right. So now we have inconsistent dependency log file. The following dependency selections recorded in the log file are inconsistent with the current configuration. Provider, registry, Terraform, Corp, AWS required configuration, but no version is selected. To make the initial dependency selection that will initialize the dependency log file, run Terraform init. All right, so we have to do Terraform init. All right, boom. All right. Now it's doing its thing in the background. All right, so now Terraform has been Terraform has been successfully initialized. All right, back to work, back to back. All right, okay, so now we are here and we are going to do, all right, let me see, look at our documentation and we got this. I don't see that one, but all right. So now we are going to do, what are we doing now? Okay, so let's see. So now let's check our var. Let's say Terraform console and Azure var.aws region US East 1. Okay. And now we are going to make another file. So what we're going to do, like, so when you're designing software, right, you want the information to go into the right spot. So in this resources file, we don't necessarily want this variable to be here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to move it over. All right. So here we go. We're going to do a new file. And we're going to say terraform.tf vars. Add that. And now we're going to say in here, AWS region equals to US East 1. All right. Okay, cool. Got it. And that should allow us to remove it from the resources file, from my understanding. Let's see. So now, if we go back to our resources file, we should be able to do, well, let's put this as a type string, and let's get rid of that. And now we have our variable AMIS and type equals map string default equals US East 1 equals IML. All right, let's see what this does, right? So let's go here. All right, so now let's exit out of here. And let's go back to our Terraform console. If I spell it correctly, of course. All right, so now let's do, I want to see what happens if I do var.amis. All right, we got our map for that, and var.aws region US East 1. And remember, we moved US East 1 into here. It is no longer part of our resources file. All right, cool. So let's keep going. So now if we go to, try this var.amis, and then our var for the, and I'll show you in this. Okay, and then we do that. All right, cool. So if we do that, so now what's happening here is it is going to go into here, into this. Let me make this a little smaller. It's going into this right here, right? So it's taking this AWS region variable and putting it into here. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. Right. So this AWS region is defined by this right here, right? The AWS region is US East 1 in here. It's taking this variable inside the Terraform TF vars file, and it's passing it in here. So variable AWS region is a string, right? And now it's taking this right here, and it's going to be passing it into this, and it's getting this. Might be a little confusing, but as you get more familiar with object-oriented programming, with maps and strings and like the strings and integers and all that stuff, it'll start to make more sense. All right. So now this equals my AMI, right? So let's backtrack a little bit. So my AMI, right? Because our AWS region is equal to US East 1, when you pass it in here, it's actually replacing this variable for AWS region with that US East 1, and it finds it inside of this AMI's map, right? So if the same way, if we were to do this, right? US East 1 or not. I think it's gonna be like this. Let me see. There you go. So the same way if we were to pass US East 1 like that, you're doing the same exact thing by passing AWS var region, and you get my AMIs, right? So, and that's just like using variables and maps and everything like that. I was able to pick it up because of background in programming in Java and in Python, right? But stick with it and you will surely get it yourself. All right, so let's see what else do we have. We only have a few seconds to go. So let's take a look. Where are we on our list? And this might be a pretty good stopping point right here, because the next thing is to do is, yeah, so the next thing that's left to do is setting up our AWS account and doing the like. So what we'll actually do, we will, when we come back next time, we're going to set up our AWS account. We are going to, if you don't have an account, you have to create one. I would recommend creating one like now. So, and look around AWS
Lunch
console.
break! Lunch break!
All right, and I'm going to take the clock off. And I'm going to go back to full screen. All right, cool. So we've reached the end of our Sunday. I didn't get exact as far as I wanted to, right? But I have things to do today. About time to eat dinner, and then we have our first Tech Barbarians Scrum meeting. All right, so Tech Barbarians, I will see you guys later. But for now, for this live stream, if you want to follow along next week, I would say set up your AWS account, right? Because next week we're going to go into creating our AWS account. Or I already have an AWS account, but if you don't, go ahead and create one because I'm not going to walk you to creating an AWS account. We're all grown-ups. We're all smart. We like if you're following this channel, I know you're smart, right? So I know you can figure out how to create your AWS account. So what we're going to do next week, right? We're going to log into AWS. We're going to create an IAM user, right, for our Terraform, right? And we're going to create the user. They're allowed to make changes. Like if you sign up for the course, you'll see what we're going to be doing, right? But we're going to do that, and then we're going to have our Terraform file, what we're working towards right now, spin up an AWS T2 micro instance, right? And we're going to do the Terraform apply, and then we're going to watch it do all that type of stuff, right? So that's the plan. What do you guys think? Sounds like a plan? Sounds fun? Right? So, and then after that, like, so I have a list of stuff that we're going to do. We didn't get to exactly where we wanted today, but we had an amazing time. So before I go, I want to say thank you so much to Don for being here, sharing your like your expertise, sharing your challenge, sharing Chaos Camp, right? Because we are going to do a lot of cool stuff on that. Also, next week I will merge your pull requests so we can run your run the changes that you made, right? I'm going to look at it, I'm going to play with it and see how it works. But yeah, I learned a lot today on Terraform. Like I said, I was watching this throughout the past 2 weeks actually. And you're reading it like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But until you actually get your hands on it, it is a totally different ballgame. And I had a blast, right? So again, thanks to Don for being here. Really appreciate you. Thanks to Stephanie, always for your support, for being here. Like I said, great working with you, and you're just doing an amazing job. Thank you to Randy for being here as well. I appreciate you so much, Randy. Thank you, and I am so proud of the work that you're doing. And thank you to Mr. Himini as well. Amazing. Like it was amazing to see you show up in the chat because you never know who's watching, right? And I'm always so appreciative to see who is talking to us in the chat. So with that being said, once again, thank you to everyone who is watching, whether you interact in the chat or you're watching from the clouds. Super appreciative. And we're going to go from there, right? So there is nothing stopping us from taking off. But until next time, I will see you guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday night, right? Tuesday night Q&A session. Look out for the Candid Conversations coming out tomorrow. Check out the Patreon. Come win with us in the Patreon. Become a Tech Barbarian, and sky's the limit, all right? But until next time, I will see you guys later.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
You either win with us or you watch us win.
Hello.
Hey, Stephanie, how's it going?
All right.
All right. So, I gave you a little project to work on, right?
Yes.
And so I said like, hey, let's talk about it on the live stream, so you can like walk us through some of the stuff that you did. But before we do that, right, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions so they can know like you're just not like a AI bot that I created, and I'm talking to an AI bot, right? So let me see.
Yep.
Right. So how did we meet?
Yeah. So I had actually reached out to you on Reddit. I was really struggling to get any interviews at all. I had submitted several applications, and I knew it was my resume. So I was looking for just some guidance. And you kindly responded. It took me some courage to finally reach out, but I'm so glad I did. You were like, toss me your resume, I'll take a peek at it. And I think once I got your feedback, my exact words were like, okay, you're awesome, let's do this.
All right. And then from like since we've been working together, right? Is it
Yep.
what you expected, more than you expected, or less than you expected?
It's been incredible. It's been a lot more. I literally have full access to, pretty much like what you said earlier, full access to your brain. Whether it's you reaching out to me with ideas or me, like I said, in the chat earlier, I had, a couple interviews today, and literally throughout the day, I was reaching out, asking you your thoughts on things as I was kind of gathering ideas to bring up, and you gave me ideas to bring up. And so it's really been incredible.
Right. Last question before we get into your code review, right?
Yep.
What has been the most valuable part of me working with you?
I've noticed a change in myself. I've gotten a lot more confident since you and I started working together. I think it's really been impacting my mindset a lot more than, definitely the technical skills are there. You're helping me with that. But it's been a whole change in my mindset. And again, I have something to show for it. Today was crazy with, talking to, interviews and all of that. So.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. And I love working with you. All right. So let's get to work, right? So enough sentimental stuff. Let's get to work, right?
You either win with us or you watch us win.
Hear me, warriors of the North. Today we have tasted the sweet nectar of victory. Our foes indeed defeated, and their lands are now bound before us. The gods themselves have favored our glorious deeds on this glorious day. We have shed blood, sweat, and tears to claim this land. Our relentless spirit, our unyielding determination, these are the very essence of our people. Let's believe our ancestors rejoice in the halls of Valhalla. For today, we have added to their eternal glory. Our victories will echo throughout the ages, and our names will be etched in the annals of history. But let us not forget the price we paid, the brothers and sisters we lost. They now feast in the hall of our forefathers, watching over us with pride. Their sacrifice has paved the way for this moment of triumph. As we celebrate this conquest, let us also remember that our journey is far from over. More land awaits our conquest, more battles upon us forth. And the fire in our hearts burn ever brighter, for there is no limit to what we can achieve. To those who dare stand against us, let them tremble in fear, for they shall witness the fury of the northern storm, the wrath of the untamed barbarians. Today we celebrate our victory. Tomorrow, we set our sights on new horizons, uncharted land where our banners will fly high. We are Vikings, we're barbarians, we are masters of conquest.
I appreciate you. We the best. You either win with us or you watch us win.